Welcome to Hotline TV. Everyone, I'm Amy Walter.
And I'm John Mercurio. All right, we're opening up the old Hotline mailbag today. We've got a lot of cues, a lot of questions. All right, let's get right to it. And we're going to have the A's. Amy
We are
Walter.
going to have the A's.
Let's get
the
right
Q's
to
and
it.
The A's.
All right, Amy Walter.
And I'm going to watch my PD cues.
What is with you? What is your first? What is the first question you have there today?
Wow. All right. Let me read this to you.
Please read it to me from that piece of paper.
It's on this piece of paper, but I think it's better if I look ahead and read it.
Oh, you are a multi-tacited young lady.
I don't even know if we should keep going. But anyway, we're going to just work through this. Okay. Dear Hotline TV.
Yes.
I may have accidentally stolen something from this guy who's been known to hold a grudge. How should I diffuse the situation? Signed, nervous, and a little cold in Alaska.
In Alaska. All right, that was the tip that gave it away. I was thinking this was Sarah Palin talking about Newt Gingrich.
Maybe plagiarizing just a bit?
Maybe, apparently, according to the blogosphere and to some of her detractors, that she may have plagiarized a part of what Newt Gingrich's speech, a speech that he had given previously. Actually, according to some of these people, it was actually not just a small part, but a major part. This is a small story. I think that, Sarah Palin, you have so many other issues to be concerned about right now. Let's be honest.
Let's go to the beginning.
Let's go to the beginning. I mean, you don't seem to be able to step up your game, to really play on the national stage by yourself, without the McCain campaign operation behind you. We saw that play out yet again on, what was it, Monday night at the Congressional Republican fundraiser. The back and forth, really the media story all day long leading up to it, led by Jonathan Martin at Politico, but also throughout the day, was not that you were going to be there, not necessarily that you were once again sort of stepping out onto the national stage in a way that for Republicans could have been applauded, but that this was so mishandled on the staff level that it really, I think, ended up being a net negative.
Here's what she needs to be able to do. One, as other people have noted, you got to get some legislative accomplishments under your belt to be able to talk about. Battling with the legislature has been a problem. Number two, even if you can't do that, we'll grant that to you. Number two, go out there, start raising some money for candidates. That shuts people up very quickly. Once you start getting on the trail and turning folks out, that will be more helpful. Showing up at one of these, not as helpful. Okay.
Insider event, ultimately, at the end of the day, though. All right, moving on to the next question. This one comes from somewhere in Illinois. I can't make out the actual town that he is writing from. But dear Hotline TV, I want to be Speaker of the House too, just like my father. What's wrong with that? Signed, not a wrestling coach.
Okay, so this isn't Nancy Pelosi's kid.
This is not Nancy Pelosi's kid.
Okay, because that would be Mom.
She's never been a wrestling coach, technically. That I'm aware of.
Not that I'm aware of, but she sure knows how to put up a fight.
That's correct.
Bom, bom, bom. All right. To me, this sounds like maybe Brian Hastert, the 31-year-old son of Dennis.
Hastert?
Or Ethan. No, his name's now Brian.
Okay. It is now Brian. I don't care what you were born with, Ethan, but your name is now
Brian.
Ethan.
I'm convinced that it's Brian.
You have Brian Moran on the brain today.
All right, so Ethan, if that's your real name, Hastert.
If you are an attorney in Joliet, Illinois,
all right,
or somewhere around there.
Further west than that. But the point is this. This is a seat that Republicans shouldn't have lost. This is a special election loss.
That's exactly
Hastert,
right.
for his part, when he was the ex-speaker, decided to leave midway through his term. Unclear why. I think he was just not happy being around anymore.
Sure.
They lost that seat. Now, the problem, of course, is winning the seat back in an off-year election when the guy who's president of the United States is from, Illinois, when there's going to be two very big races on the top of the ticket, both of which right now are leaning toward Democrats unless a good Republican gets in the race. So it might not be the best year for you to get in.
On the other hand, look, it is not a good year. I mean, overall, you're right. At this point, because of the dynamics of the top of the ticket races, things do lean towards the Democrats. But it's a bad year to be a Democrat in Illinois. I mean, you can tie, if Brian or Ethan Hastert, whichever one of them decides to run, you can tie your opponent to as much as possible to Blagojevich, to Roland Burris, even to Pat Quinn, who's not particularly popular right now. I think
Bill Foster?
They are going to be on the ticket more so. Sure, I mean,
who's never been part of the establishment?
Who's part of isn't he a freshman or a freshman and a half? I mean,
he's a freshman and a half, but he's not from Springfield.
This is a race.
He's an outsider.
Listen, Ethan, I say if you want to go for this race because you don't want to end up, you know, like a wrestling coach in some unknown town in Illinois, then I say go for it. And it'll be something that we will enjoy covering. The Hastert dynasty.
That's true. We want to cover it.
The Hastert dynasty is born.
We want to cover that. All right. Next question.
This
comes from Washington, D.C. It says, what can you suggest in a formal leg brace? Something that would go with black and billowy. Oh, and also that works well in the summer.
Interesting.
Signed Wise doesn't mean agile.
Interesting. Well, I appreciate the letter, Judge Sotomayor, if I may call you that. Mm-hmm. We are sorry to hear about your accident yesterday at LaGuardia. You, of course, broke your ankle. Bad timing, bad timing. But speaking of timing, July 13th will be the day, this is breaking news, July 13th, the beginning of the Judiciary Committee.
Breaking news?
Breaking news, sort of, at least. Oh, breaking. Get it, because of the ankle. That's going to be the day to be committee hearings. Ahead of schedule, really. Pat Leahy, really, I think, telling Republicans that they're going to have to play by his rules. They'd wanted a much longer summer to sort of dig through her record, to sort of get this story going, to sort of mount the battle. And look, It's not even really about Sotomayor. It's about organizing their base. It's about organizing fundraising and getting their talking points together for the next battle and also for 2010.
And it's about getting health care done too, because they want to try to do both of those things
at the same time.
Yeah.
But by doing it on July 13th, I think you really do cut off their ability to do that, and that's part, I think, of why Leahy decided to do it so quickly.
Okay, this is our last question.
It's my favorite question, and I'm going to read it to you now. Oh, do you want?
Go ahead. You just read it. Yeah.
Okay, dear Hotline TV, this Senate campaign idea of ours, it's going to work, right? I mean, people in Florida are crazy, aren't they? Oh, signed Bobby and Corinne. Well, that didn't leave us much mystery. That would, of course, be former Senator Bob Smith and current Congresswoman Corinne Brown.
Now, Bob Smith, of course, of New Hampshire, who has recently moved to the state of Florida. Corinne Brown, who's been in Congress since '92. Yeah, here's the deal. People in Florida might be a little bit, I don't know if I'd say crazy, but the sun has sometimes gotten to their head. Mm-hmm. Bottom line, it's great. You get a little publicity here and there. I will say these things to you. Corinne, I know it must be frustrating. You've been in Congress since '92. Kendrick Meek has not been there very long. He's a lot younger than you are. But guess what? He's got over $1 million. He's got Bill Clinton on his side. He has got endorsements
from Obama.
He's got endorsements up the yin-yang. It's over.
And you're breaking Carrie's heart.
Yes.
You're breaking Carrie Meek's heart.
Don't hurt his mom.
Don't hurt old Carrie Meek.
And as for you, Bob Smith, I know it stinks. That whole thing with Sununu, and you got kind of run out of your own state.
And run out of your own party.
And run out of your own party, right? You're an independent, then you're a Republican, now you're a Republican again. A lot of snowbirds have that problem too. They have a lot of time in their hands. They don't quite know what to do. Maybe woodworking. I've heard that that's very popular among the retiree set. Or shuffleboard.
Amy Walter suggests Bob Smith become a wood craftsman.
All right. You heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Well, we're out of time. We'll have got a lot more to go through, but that'll be the next installation of Hotline TV. Until then, I'm Amy Walter.
And I'm John Mercurio. Thanks for watching.